The topic is solving linear equations in one variable and problem solving. The objectives in this topic: write sentences as equations and use problem-solving steps to solve problems. We're going to rely heavily on our old friends, the words that mean addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's review writing expressions. We're using x to represent a number, so 8 increased by a number would be 8 plus x. It could also be x plus 8. With our addition words, order doesn't matter. B, the quotient of a number and 7. Well, with division words, the order does matter. So this is a number divided by 7, x divided by 7. We could express that using the division bar or the division symbol. And C, the sum of 10 and twice a number. The sum of means we're adding two things. The two things that we're adding are 10 and twice a number, 10 and 2x, 10 plus 2x. If we throw equality into the mix, if we throw the equal sign in there, then they're no longer expressions, they are equations. Equations are expression equals expression. 8 increased by a number is 12. 8 plus x equals 12. Twice a number equals negative 12. That's 2 times x, and then equals, and then negative 12. 2x equals negative 12. The quotient of twice a number and 12 is equal to 15. The quotient of means we're dividing. The two things we're dividing are twice a number and 12 in that order. So 2x divided by 12 equals 15. Let's introduce the problem-solving steps. Step 1 is understand the problem. During this step, you'll become comfortable with the problem. And some ways of doing this are reading and rereading the problem, constructing a drawing, maybe propose a solution and check. But pay careful attention to how you check the proposed solution because it will help when writing an equation to model the problem. That's right. Checking a guess is not solving a problem. You'll choose a variable to represent the unknown, and you'll use this variable to represent any other unknowns. So once you understand the problem and once you've picked a variable, you'll translate the problem into an equation. Then you'll solve that equation and you'll interpret your results. You'll check your proposed solution and state your conclusion. An example. In this case, the problem type is finding an unknown number. Twice a number plus 3 is the same as the number minus 6. So this isn't too bad. We've been building up to this for some time now. Twice a number. Well, let's let x be a number. Twice a number would be 2x. Plus 3. 2x plus 3 is the same as equals the number minus 6. x minus 6. So we've picked x as our variable. When we read the problem, we then translated it into mathematical symbols. We've done this much before. And given things like this, we've solved before. Now we're combining that. We're not only translating, we're going to solve our translation to actually find the number. So get rid of parentheses. We don't have any. Combine like terms on the left. We don't have any. Combine like terms on the right. We don't have any. Okay, then start moving things around so the x's are on one side and everything else is on the other. I'm going to subtract x from both sides. That removes it from the right. And then on the left, 2x minus x is 1x, just x. X plus 3 equals negative 6. Now to get that x by itself, we need to undo adding 3. We do that with its opposite, subtracting 3. Minus 3 on the left, minus 3 on the right. Negative 6 minus 3 is negative 9. So x equals negative 9. Let's plug that back in. Twice a number. 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. Plus 3, that would be negative 15. So negative 15 is the same as the number minus 6. Negative 9 minus 6 is negative 15. That's a true statement. Our solution is valid. The number is negative 9. The distance by road from Chicago, Illinois to Los Angeles, California is 1,091 miles more than the distance from Chicago to Boston, Massachusetts. If the total of these two distances is 3,017 miles, find the distance from Chicago to Boston. So the problem says find the distance from Chicago to Boston. Let's let x be that unknown distance from Chicago to Boston. We're told that the distance from Chicago to LA is 1,091 miles more than the distance from Chicago to Boston. So 1,091 more than x. X plus 1,091. We'll let that be the distance from Chicago to Los Angeles. We're told that the total of the two distances is 3,017 miles. So the distance from Chicago to Boston plus the distance from Chicago to LA would be the total miles. So x plus 1,091 has to be 3,017. That's our translation. That's what we've understood. Now it's time to solve our equation. Combine like terms on the left. X plus x is 2x. Let's get the 2x by itself, so subtract 1,091 from both sides. That gives us 2x equals 1,926. Divide both sides by 2, we get x equals 963. We want to check the proposed solution in the problem, 963. If you check 963, it does check, and I'll leave that to you to verify. We can state the distance from Chicago to Boston is 963 miles. Finally, A woman's $57,000 estate is to be divided so that her husband receives twice as much as her son. How much will each receive? Well, if the husband receives twice as much as the son, and the son is unknown, let's let our unknown X be the son. And if the husband receives twice that much, that means that 2X is the husband. The total amount received is going to be 57,000. So X plus 2X is 57,000. That means that 3X is 57,000, and dividing both sides by 3, we get that X is 19,000. X was the son, so the son receives 19,000, and the husband receives twice that, 38,000. Feel free to check that the numbers make sense in the problem, and they do. And that's it for this topic.